Thanks again for tuning in. Do it again. Top tip.
Oh, it stinks like fish.
Do you want me to give you my secret?
Ooh. Oh my god.
What are you doing, buddy? Doing some bullshit here. Hey! Don't go on bullshit, guy.
This is Sophia. The sleepy dachshund. Derek's new girlfriend. Or ragdoll.
I think it's like 698 brake horse put down.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. All four wheels.
What's that, Soph? What's this? What's the matter? What's that? Is it like a whipple? That could have ended badly. It all started working on a series in my dad's shed. I'd followed my dreams and joined the Marines, serving in Afghanistan. Defenders were always part of me. So here we are, building custom machines with my awesome team in Shropshire. We are Mahker. Morning guys, welcome to Mahker, or evening, I'm not sure when this video is going to come out. What we're going to tell you here is Christian is under here installing the diffs into project number 8. This is the one with the 6.2 litre Corvette LS3. And Richard asked me, he said, Dave, he said, I'm a bit worried about my diffs after you giving me 500 horsepower, so can you upgrade my differentials? So I said, not a problem. So what you see here, this is an ATB centre differential. So this goes in the centre of the diff, ring, pinion. What this diff does, this transfers torque to the wheel that has the most grip. So the wheel that is spinning, say in the dirt or in the grass verge, it will sense that and it'll send it to the wheel with the most grip. Some people call them torque sensing, some call them torque bias. I call them an ATB. So it's basically, it's there to aid you with traction. So we fit them front and rear, which gives the car a very unique driving. So if you were to plant your foot, the wheels, say you were coming into a country lane and you've got two wheels in the grass, the two wheels on the tarmac are going to do the gripping. And in this car, there's actually one in the Landrover transfer case as well. And that's going to sense it, and it's all going to aid to maximum traction, maximum grip, and maximum feel for the driver. So as you see here, this is an open differential. These are known for absolutely detonating under high loads. So this is something that we like. Winchester Gears have built it for us. And the other bit I like about it is you see here, these two bolts. This is called pegging. Nigel makes these cases for Winchester, makes a fantastic job of them. These pegs are here to stop this ring deflecting under heavy loads. So imagine hard acceleration and a lot of torque and a lot of horsepower is going to make this ring flex, and normally you'll find it will rip the teeth off. So this is here to prevent that from happening. What you see here, these are the 300M CV joints from Ashcroft. Definitely a must upgrade if you're going to go down this route. You've got to remember, every point of the transmission needs to be upgraded. You can't just say, oh, I put heavy duty shafts in there. Because if there's slack in the transmission, it's going to be a big hammer, bang, 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 every time you go through the gears. So do it all right, do it from scratch, do it the first time, and you know it's good, as long as you're going to own the car. I'll do it like that, Luke, you can. Get it either side like that. palms under here. And there's plenty of it on there, and as you'll see now, it'll squidge out. There you go. So what you see here, that is the Super RTV from Worth. Something I highly recommend if you're doing these diffs on your drive shaft. This stuff here is by far the best. It's not the cheapest, but do you really want to be pulling your diff out time and time again for the leaks on the drives? And we don't use gaskets here, guys, we use this stuff. So, top tip. I just put them back on the just with anti-vibration washers.
Join us. You can do the talking, I do the work. I don't take your limelight off you. You want to stay in the shade? You what?
Because no one can understand you, that's why.
You want to stay in the shade then?
Why do I understand?
If you don't want to be famous.
I don't want to be famous.
Does mean you want to be in the background?
I am in the background. Keep out of the way. Better be a #1 bullshit guy, innit? Oh, yeah.
It's all the accent, isn't it? I bet Cushion's actually from Barnsley. He's just been putting on the accent the whole time.
Yeah, he's not from Rugby, he's from fucking Devon.
What are you going to label this section as? Attempt number 4. Busy me. This is like one of those inevitable things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get covered in oil soon. It's inevitable. But I do what I can to mitigate the mess. Right then, full commit. Let's stinks like fish. God. So guys, if you've got a 6L80, 90, any of them, any of the 6L family, should the day come where you want to change your oil filter in your gearbox, yeah, this is what you change in. Yeah, so this would usually be sat up there like that, yeah?
Yeah.
So take all them bolts out, but leave 2 opposing bolts in until you're ready to drop it, because it will be full of oil, and that's the only way you can do it. They don't have a drain plug in it. So getting yourself something like this, save yourself a big mess, lots of cleaning up. But in order to actually get the filter out, it's just a case of wiggle and pull. That's it.
That's the filter.
That's the filter. That's it. Wiggle and pull. See these little ribs here? It sits those ribs, so you can't put it too far in. It only lives in one place. It's very difficult to do it wrong. So don't be put off. Get yourself a big tub and some oil. Get your new filter and just pop it in. It's that easy. There we go. In. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Out. Simples. New filter. Oh. Have it. The buffer. Yeah. It's not that complicated. It looks complicated, it's not that complicated. That's the range switch that's been replaced, so when you move the gear lever, it moves this here.
Right.
So this is literally just a linear switch. I think it's got 5 positions in it, that one. So every time this moves, you're flicking another switch, which is telling the computer what gear you put it in, or what you've requested to put it in.
Yeah.
This decides what gear it goes into. So you've got the computer that controls the engine, and like a lot of the newer engines, like the Gen 4s and Gen 5s, not all the Gen 5s, but the Gen 4s, the ECU's got the gearbox controller in the engine ECU, so you only have like one computer box, if you like, because the other part of it is here. It's in the gearbox. So it's obviously sealed. So, but it's in here. So when it needs reprogramming or something, this fails. This is called your transmission electrical hydraulic control module. So this is what fires all your solenoids, which sends oil down the right tubes to get to the right clutch at the right time with the right pressure. That's all this stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, man. It's pretty cool.
What engine is this anyway? We haven't said that.
It's an LS3, I think.
LS3.
Yeah, it's an LS3. I believe it's a Gen 3 LS3 with many fancy bits on it. Well, it's a John Sleeth engine, this one. It's very nice. It's a bit raucous. I think it's like 698 brake horse put down.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. All 4 wheels. And that's like just basic tune. I don't think that's anything special. It still runs on normal fuel.
So I'm going to tell you about the headaches we're having with Cerberus at the moment. So Cerberus has come back to us we've got rid of the racing gearbox and we've gone for a 6-speed, 6L90 automatic. And the client wants to do a lot more, miles. He's going to use it as a bit of a daily. So he asked for a higher ratio gearbox. So no problem, we changed that out. But the problem is, because we're running standalone management, we had to run the gearbox on standalone management. So making those two talk together was a bit difficult to start off with, but now we've got a problem with the valve body. So brand new gearbox from GM supplied to us, and there's something wrong with the valve body. So poor Sam has been under there twice now, trying to rectify these issues. But the problem we've got, because we can't source these parts next day, they're coming from America, it's a bit of a headache. So we're doing our best, and we've got a new gearbox arriving next week. So we're just going to change the lot out, because I'm so frustrated with going in and out with valve bodies. We're just going to put another one in there, and eliminate it. But I'm going to give the guys arse a kick up in America, because at the end of the day, I know it's not his fault, but at the end of the day, it's not my fault. I buy the parts off him, and they should be right. But this is one of my biggest pet hates, is we buy parts, guys, and they're letting us down. So I say to my client, and I get them excited, look, your car's ready, so the parts are arrived. So I put the parts in the car, expecting them to work, and they in fact don't. So this is the biggest frustration I have right now, but I'm hoping Monday we can make this beast come alive again. So tune into them. So what we have here, this is the lineup that we've got for the rest of this year. So this is an LT4 supercharged. This is, if you want let's say, the dog's danglies, that is it. And what I love about it, it comes with a beautiful plaque from the guy that did the assembly. But it just shows how much detail goes into that. It's a bit like every C63 engine, Mercedes, Bentley, Aston Martin. Things that are famous and things that are iconic, they come with a plaque, and we like it. So you see here, we've got a nice selection here. So this is an LT4 with an 8-speed behind it. It's going to be very nice at shifting that beast. This one is an LT1 with a Tremec T56 manual. So we do offer manual versions behind these modern V8s. It has been a headache to get the clutch right, but we've figured it out. This is another LT1, but an 8-speed, and of course, a Winchester Gears 1.2, super duper, stage 2 transfer case. So look out on our Instagrams and socials. These are going to go in some very nice Defenders. One of them's up there. So they'll be coming sometime soon. So keep your eye on those guys. And believe it or not, this is the most economical engine that Corvette have ever developed. Right. Thanks again, guys, for a busy week. And thanks for my clients for staying faithful to me and bringing me all this work that I can't handle. But anyway, so do not forget to go down to the bottom, like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, tell the world, right? So here we are, back in the shop, Monday morning. We're going to get this beast finished, and we're going to get some more content for you guys. So thanks again, guys. Bye-bye.